serving that user. And our theory has always been, if you do that, people will reward you. They can sniff out a phony. They know if you're authentically trying to get them to the closest approximation of the truth. And that means getting rid of some ads that might be annoying. That might mean we don't have a paywall. And it's just being kind of ruthless with yourself about these are the principles we're going to live by them, and then it'll happen.
You've written about the war for attention. What would your advice be for content creators who are trying to, as you say, like bust through the noise?
One, use fewer words, use stronger words. Realize you've got maybe 2 or 3 seconds for you to grab me or not. So be very thoughtful about what is my introduction, what's my headline, what's my tweet, what's my subject line. And then make sure that you're packing what you want them to know at the very top of it. Don't make them guess, don't make them work. You want to pull people through it and make sure that you're calibrating your voice based on the environment that you're trying to communicate in.
So in your business, you always have to be ready for change.
Yeah.
And what types of change do you see with storytelling that are coming?
I mean, everything changes so quick right now, right, in terms of having all these different platforms. I think one of the big tricks is going to be, at least for the short term, you do have people who live in 2 realities, and you can't cut off half of your customers. So I think one of the trends is you're going to have to understand, even as a business, how do you communicate with someone in rural America, which might be different than someone in urban America. I think that's a big change. I think the other is, once we get to some progress with virtual reality, I do think there's going to be a whole nother way to communicate that gives you an additional layer of intimacy without being physically present. The world's not going back to the way it was. Like, we're all now going to kind of live wherever we want to live, work wherever we want to work, and not, for a lot of people, ever have to be physically present. And that's just going to require a whole nother layer of communicating, both in terms of how do you recruit and retain talent, but then how do you connect people, especially at your company, who might not have a physical connection. That's really hard, and I think it's going to be a real tough